Hello, and welcome to my Total War Warhammer 3 tutorial primer. This video is intended to assist brand new players with some helpful tools and information. Total War Warhammer 3 is a game that can be played many ways with a variety of play styles, with many avenues for success. It is also, however, a game that even on normal difficulties can pose significant challenges and frustrations to newcomers of the series. There is a lot of information to digest, ranging from lore to unique factions, mechanics, to individual skills of lords and heroes. Today, we are going to go over some fundamental basics that will apply to every faction you play, and that will ensure even a brand new player will have a fighting chance on the field of battle. To begin with, it is important to realize that the deployment phase of every battle is crucial, though some factions certainly are capable of charging recklessly into the fray. Select a unit on the deployment screen, and right-click where you would like to place them. The game will default to a formation if you simply just right-click. For additional formations, you can hold right-click on your mouse and drag a unit into formation ranging from longer lines or narrowed columns. Use this to rapidly reform on the field of battle. Your characters are important. Not only are some of them legendary heroes and killing machines, but even the most brutish of characters are influential just by merely being present on the battlefield. Selecting your general or heroes will reveal a circular area of effect surrounding the character. As a general rule of thumb, if your units stand within this area, they will benefit from bolstered leadership, arguably the most important stat, keeping your soldiers bold and brave, as well as benefiting from any other abilities the Lord may have. Now that you understand how to form your units into formations, let's examine the importance of weapons and unit choice. Units will have a variety of arms and equipment, and all of them do different things from one another, but pretty much all follow the few basic rules. If your unit is equipped with shields, they will generally have a much higher survivability than a peer unit that does not. If your unit is equipped with swords or blades, it is likely intended to fight other infantry. If the unit is equipped with a spear or halberd weapon, they are best employed fighting monsters, cavalry, and mounted characters. Ultimately, each faction will have different versions of the aforementioned weapons and units, but they can be broken down to bare basics of anti-infantry and anti-large. Let's see the outcome of the following example. A unit each of Empire Spearmen and Swordsmen. Both units are equipped with shields and engage two identical units of zombies, reinforced by their Necromancer Lord. As the two lines of battle clash, there are a lot of stats and factors in play. In this example, the most important difference is the weapons the units are using. The Spearmen are considered anti-large and have a bonus for fighting larger enemies, so they do not receive a bonus because of the normal size of the zombies. As a rule of thumb, anything the size of a horse or larger is considered large. The Swordsman, despite not having the anti-infantry special rule, is still better suited for fighting melee against frontline troops. While both will sport significant defensive capabilities over time, the sword infantry will begin to dispatch the zombies at a higher rate. We can see that the Spearmen at this point in the battle have killed 98 zombies and lost only 4 Spearmen. That is a pretty good KDR. When we take a look at the Swordsmen, we see that they have slain 126 zombies and have only suffered 1 single casualty. Ultimately, against infantry, both of these units would be fine at their roles. However, if a large unit was a part of this battle, we would quickly see the Spearmen contribute significantly more to the fight. Speaking of which, let's take a look at the same fight but with a pair of trolls instead of mindless zombies. A troll is classified as a large monstrous unit, and they are made to rip apart units in melee after a devastating charge. They vomit acid that can chew through armor and melt flesh, and to make matters worse, they regenerate. Here they come. The trolls smash into the infantry lines, and it's obvious that the Empire Swordsmen are getting the worst of it. At first, it looks really bad for both Empire units, but after the charge has been resolved and both units have committed to the attack, we can see that the unit of Spearmen begin to outperform as well as survive far better than their Swordsman counterparts. If you happen to be controlling a unit such as these trolls, it is in their best interest to avoid Spearmen or halberd-wielding units. Be careful though, some non-obvious units for new players could result in nasty surprises, such as Dwarven Troll Slayers. Now we are going to show you how to properly flank an opponent. As we can see, from the front, even this melee wizard is significantly hurting the soldiers, killing one every swing or so. You are lacking a character, and thus you are at a disadvantage. Or are you? The way these units are positioned will result in a long drawn-out fight where you will likely lose. Now, we are going to force one of our units to disengage from the enemy, and begin maneuvering so that they are able to charge the enemy in the rear of their formation. Pincered from the front and back, the unit of zombies will begin to suffer from leadership penalties, as well as a number of other things that ultimately result in a drastic advantage for your units. The previous example applies to almost any unit type. Maneuver into the flank or back of an enemy and you will have a significant advantage, especially with units such as cavalry and chariots. But that is another topic in another upcoming video. I hope that this video helps you if you are having some difficulty getting into the game. I am planning to continue this basics tutorial series, so if you have any questions about how a mechanic works or a faction plays, please leave me a comment about it and I will see if I can answer you.